6 feet, going deep. Is Torius with?
Rarri Ant.
Shay. Lavish Livy.
I'm just gonna leave it here.
Okay. So
yeah,
this,
so you guys
okay.
don't to do too much.
Okay.
Why don't you guys tell us you guys are in a group, or are you just like collaborative?
Well, we have an events and marketing company called Rarri Co. So we do events, marketing, branding, and yeah, that sums it up in those 3 words: events, marketing, and branding.
Okay.
And then Shayla, well, I guess you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Wait, is it like a thing events, marketing, branding?
No.
It's all together.
Okay, so it's an events and branding. It's an events and marketing company, but within the company we have another division. So it's Rarri Co. and then we have Rarri Girls. So Shayla's in Rarri Girls, and then Olivia is the coordinator for the company.
Okay. So what were you gonna say? Yeah.
Well, in the company, in Rarri Girls, we go out and promote parties. We do events like Rarri said, and
you guys turn up anything pretty much entertainment based.
Is it kind of like Taz Angels?
No, not really.
I
well,
mean, on the party side of things.
On the party side of things, the girls, they do, pretty much whatever you need girls to do. We have artists, they'll need girls for videos, so we send them out to be video vixens. We, if they need bottle girls, if they need event staff to help out with. Yeah, but Shayla herself, she does makeup. She helps out with she helps out with the interior designing of the events. She's really good at that. So we'll get all the props and stuff, and then we'll give it to her, and she'll lead the girls to, decorate it and make it look fantastic while I'm running around with my head chopped off and, making sure everything else is in order.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm really good at decorating, and I do other people's makeup, and that's pretty much it.
What about you?
Me?
Yeah.
I do a lot of things. I'm really more into fashion. I started getting into, I pretty much been doing events since forever with my mom.
Together or with your own?
Yeah, well, actually we're related.
Cousins.
We're cousins. So both of our mothers actually, right now, they do their own events. They don't do more on I won't really say what we do, but they do baby showers. They do big things for graduations and stuff, but it's really
big.
Our parents, they basically make the decorations from scratch, most of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we know how to do a lot of things as far as that. I also do fashion styling. I make clothes. I design clothes as well. But that's right now it's kind of put on hold from what I started getting into.
Because you're doing more of the whole events and stuff?
Not just that. I've been really getting into video shoots, photo shoots. I've been getting calls and stuff for that, of basically making an idea of how the shoot should be, how it should go. So some kind of creative director type shit.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much. And then growing up, I've always been on the scene as far as performing arts, doing the lightings, the camera, using the camera, doing stage sets, building the stage set for the plays or the props, going out to get props. So we do a lot of that. I do a lot of.
So you're what is it, stagecraft, pretty much?
I would build a whole stage set. So I would just use, for instance, one play I had to do. They wanted a big thing of a house looking thing, and I'm just what do you want me to do? Because I don't know how to do that,
build the house.
Basically. So it was but it was just a regular platform. So what I did was they brought this thick, it was cardboard, but what they wanted me to do was basically paint the brick. So I do that also. I also know
paint
how to
the brick?
Paint.
Oh, the bricks.
Okay. Paint bricks on it, as if it's brick, and they put it on top of the
it looks
the concrete. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's also what I know how to do. I know how to draw as well. So.
Oh, you're an artist?
Yeah.
You guys were really creative, pretty much.
Yeah. It's way more to us than just events. Way more. Even Ant. So, yeah, he do a lot of things.
So you guys are like all from like South Florida, or like where did you guys grow up?
South Florida, born and raised in South Florida. I'm from North Miami.
Like by the beach, or like by the like Fort Lauderdale area?
No, Dade County. All of us, Dade County, all day, every day.
Oh, wait. North Miami is like by downtown, right?
It's
Where is
it's
Where are you from?
I'm from like down here,
Oh.
so I don't know like the area over there too much.
well, Miami. Not South Beach, not downtown, but
Because there's also a lot of people that don't know about like the area.
Right, yeah. So, so we're all from Miami, but the specific side I'm particularly from is North Miami. It's a city within Miami. So that's where I'm from. You guys?
Liberty City. We grew up in Liberty City.
That's north, or is it south?
That's south.
By Homestead, right?
No. That's, you ever heard of the Poke Bean projects?
Poke beans.
No.
Oh, okay. It's the hood. Yeah. That's where we're from.
We're south of like Kendall, Homestead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, we're on the way other side.
We're
of
like
town.
right before you go to the Keys.
Yeah.
So like we have to come up to get here. You guys
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys came south.
Okay. So y'all way at the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. Got them real deal Florida.
Yeah.
But we're nowhere near Broward at all, though.
Oh.
Yeah. Probably from Liberty City to this school is probably about 25.
Because whenever I hear
minutes.
Liberty City, I always think of Homestead. Because there's like a Liberty City there, I think. Or like, I think they call it Chocolate City.
Oh, then two different.
it?
Completely
Liberty City
different.
Never heard of.
it's a hood I grew up in. I love my hood,
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of days. And it's,
How was it like growing up there?
have fun.
You guys grew up together? Or like,
Yeah, pretty much. We have fun. Like, well, my mom, I know for a fact, she and her mom as well, they kept us in schools away from our hood.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we have a lot of girl cousins, and we have a lot of cousins. So, it wasn't really hard for us to, like, make friends with a lot of people from
You guys were like,
Broward
really
and
social
stuff.
growing up?
Hmm?
You guys were really social growing up?
Yeah, but, like, outside of our hood. So, like, we didn't really go to schools in our hood. We were more so, like, Carroll City, Broward schools. So, a lot of our friends is from, like, up that way.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about growing up in North Miami?
Well, growing up in North Miami is very notorious for.
I'm thinking like when you say North Miami, I think Little Haiti. Is that where it is?
No, it's not
That's
too
more
far
closer
from
to
there.
us.
That's
Yeah,
closer to
it's
Little Haiti.
it's closer to them. It isn't too far from where I'm from. But growing up in North Miami, I grew up around a lot of people into other things. Like
Stuff that you were trying to get into.
yeah, it's just I was always in my own bubble.
What kind of kid were you?
I was the kid that went to the after school programs. My friends and my brothers and everyone around me, they didn't go to the after school programs.
What was after school program?
Like
sports and stuff?
Yeah, the after school program where you do your homework, you get snacks, you go outside
after
to
school care?
yeah,
I used to be in that.
yeah. So I went there,
Us too.
Okay, so you see, we have something in common. I didn't know
You
we
guys
all
went to? Oh yeah, I had to wait for my mom till like
Yeah.
6 o'clock, and I was like, well, the other kids, and I'll be like the last one to leave.
Yeah, that
Same
was
with
us.
me.
Especially because the distance from our school to our hood, so that was mainly the
You guys never
reason
took
why.
like a train or a bus or anything?
No. My mom, our parents wasn't down for that shit. We just lived in the hood, literally, all our lives, but we did everything else outside of our hood.
So it was so yeah, I went to after school care. It wasn't really too much about me, interesting in elementary school. Middle school, pretty much my family just got me the bare minimum of what I needed.
Yeah.
Oh, here's some shoes and some clothes. Anything else I had to hustle for. So I started selling candy in middle school, and I found a niche for myself, and I liked to make my own money.
Like with the candy?
With any way I could make money, but candy was the
Like the start of everything?
it was the start of everything. I did okay in middle school. I did great in high school. I sold candy just to get shoes and clothes and all the extra stuff I wanted.
Were you into like fashion at that time?
I was, so the candy was just to support all those fashion vices that I had.
What were you like wearing at that time?
I was a real Jordan head. I had some
Right.
Nikes, but I was a big Jordan freak. When all type of releases throughout the year, I never wanted just one color. I wanted two colors, the 3 colors, the GS sizes, the quick strikes. I wanted them all, and I feel like I got addicted to shoes.
Did you ever
And
go to like Dunk Exchange or like
a few.
sneaker
I've been
con?
to a few, and since high school, actually, when I graduated, I've been out of school. I graduated 2011. We're in 2017, so I've been out of school like almost 7 years. We recently went to Sneaker Games.
Where was that?
It was a sneaker convention in, where was it, Shayla? It was at it was in Hialeah, and then a week before that we went to Miami Soul Fest.
How was it there?
That was in downtown. I felt like I was in high school again. I was
Mhm.
like, whoa,
It was fine.
yeah, like
I was trying to go back to like a DXC or something, but like they don't have those anymore.
yeah.
Or like they don't, or sneaker con, they have them like every other like state but here. No. I used to go to those like every single month. Like every month, like okay, I get like little money I could and like go with my shoes and like try to sell them or like try to buy some new ones and stuff.
The shoes more so that hit me. I was really into that in high school. In middle school, I was into Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's what I sold.
You sold Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Yeah, I sold Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I sold I don't know if you remember, like the strings that us girls used to do. We used to make the
Yeah, those
keychains and stuff. I used to sell.
like the little caterpillar ones?
Yeah, I used to sell this length for 50 cents for 2,
For
just
real?
for 1. And then I used to sell this length for like $1, and then this length, like that. And you get to whatever 2 colors you like. Cause my mom, I used to love doing them, so she used to buy me huge packs of that shit.
I remember when you had
Right?
that.
I used to rack up on money.
No, I used to do those in like daycare and stuff like all the time. But I hated it because I could never do it. I had really bad hands with that.
I imagine if I do it right now, it probably would be so fast. Like,
Really?
Yeah. I
Oh,
used to
so
love
yeah.
that shit.
But you were playing Yu-Gi-Oh? Like you were really into it?
I was really into it. I was into Pokemon. Elementary, I was into Pokemon. Middle school, I was more into Yu-Gi-Oh. And then high school, it went to just,
That's
Jordans and
yeah.
Jordans and clothes.
That was like my whole like timeline too. I was like into Pokemon, then Yu-Gi-Oh, and then shoes and clothes.
Yeah, so that's how it went. Pokemon, and then other stuff on the side, but Pokemon was the main thing. I had all the games for Game Boy Advance,
Sure.
SP. For everything, I had all the
Were you
Pokemon
playing
games.
Pokemon Go like a year ago?
No, I was not. I was like, I can't
I
believe this is
was.
back. I can't believe
I
this is
was.
back.
Really?
I refuse. I just have a
Because
totally
it's not the
different-
real thing, right?
Right, it's not the
Like,
real thing.
I
It's
had
not.
So much fun.
Really?
It's not how it was back in the day.
Care what nobody said. It was lit.
I
And-
know. Because I played it, but like honestly, like the only time I played it was like in the bathroom, and like all I played was like.
Oh, you suck.
Because I was like, oh, I don't really like this. So like that's because I didn't want to walk anywhere. I didn't want to like do all that.
I used to go
I
to
didn't think
like
it was like that. You used to what?
go to like the park or the mall or the beach. That's where you can play that game and be like, oh my god, they're
Really?
everywhere.
What's crazy is people used to drive and look for Pokemon.
Yeah.
I've heard so many crazy stories. I'm like, like this has to be stopped.
It's like trying to come back now, but I feel like it's not. It's never gonna be like how it was a year ago.
With some things though, some things, you have to know when to stop to keep it how it was. Like I know after Yu-Gi-Oh, the original Yu-Gi-Oh, they tried to add. I don't know. They try to
When
keep
did
the
you stop?
series going. I stopped after the Battle City.
Really?
No. Not even after that. Like when the original series stopped, I think it was like with the freaking seal of Orichalcos and all that type of stuff. And then they try. Then I thought it was done, and then they try to add some more stuff, and I'm like, no, it was good.
I was doing good until like they got to like the dual school.
No. That's where
That's when you cut it off. That was my favorite one.
I tried to go into the dual school, but I only lasted like 4 episodes in.
For real? No, that was because like I was like a little kid like at that time, so like that was when it was like the biggest like I was like, oh shit, like it's like because that's when like they started like making all the cars like they didn't just have random cars, like everyone like they had like the elemental heroes, the Viracoids, the metal dragons.
Yeah, like I'm really in memory lane now.
Cause I'm like really I fuck with Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, you know what? You know what else I was into? I was into Toonami.
Oh yeah, I was
into all the anime.
Comes on now.
Yeah.
No, but
back.
it's not the same.
It's not the
Still,
same.
nothing is the same how it was
Well,
back
course.
then.
They try to bring it, but it's like it's like. It's
I
not
mean,
the same.
I guess I still watch it because I still watch anime. So
But I can't watch it in English. I hate it in English.
Oh no, I can't watch it in Japanese.
You can't?
I can't. I need to know what I need to understand. I need to understand what's going on.
Like turn off if there's no movement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you guys can talk weird.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah. So, and elementary. Okay, so now I want to go back. Pokemon, Toonami. There's still some stuff on WB that I was into too.
Like Johnny Test.
I wasn't
That
really
was
a fan of
on
Johnny
WB?
Test. Yeah,
WB.
Really?
no, it was on WB. Johnny
That
Test
was
was
Johnny
WB.
Test?
That
Yeah.
started on WB and then
It's-
went to Cartoon Network.
Oh, okay. Well,
Cartoon
I
Network
wasn't
took
watching it then.
it took stuff from WB, but
Okay.
yeah,
Not because I say Johnny Test. I have a song called Johnny Test because I liked it a lot.
oh, we're definitely gonna check it out. Well, what you would call- So the after school programs, I remember now going to the after school programs, playing outside what we would watch on TV the day before.
Like Dragon Ball Z. And stuff?
Yeah, like Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z, and then getting picked up around 5:00, and then going to watch whatever else was left of
Like on
Toonami.
Toonami,
Yeah, because it was
Oh,
from
yeah.
4 to 7.
No, but for me it was like 5 to because I got into like because you're older than me. So
Yeah.
it was, like, after that time it was like from 5 to like 7. I think.
So I actually got to see Tom evolve and the spaceship evolve.
Because like there was a time when I did that I couldn't even see it and I was so mad because like they had us like watching PBS like Arthur and stuff.
In the after school programs, right? I'm
Yeah.
like, what is this? I want to watch. At least
Yeah.
put WB on. They didn't have cable. Didn't have cable, but I'm like, oh, at least put
Exactly.
Yu-Gi-Oh on or whatever.
But they didn't have it because they just had educational stuff. And
Right.
I mean, I still fuck with it. I like fuck with Arthur and Bernstein Bears. Yeah, like-
I used to watch. I used to like Between the Lions. I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
if you remember that
No, I
show
remember that show.
with the guy with the smarty pants.
Yeah.
Smarty pants.
my favorite one was like the cliffhanger hanging from a
Oh,
cliff.
yes.
That's why they call him cliffhanger.
And see chicken run, see spot run or some
Oh,
shit
yeah.
like that. They
Oh,
used
I'm
to
sorry,
do.
you
They sound
guys
like-
lost me.
Nah, they used to have, they used to have,
Oh,
like,
you talking
Caillou.
about Robot Chicken?
Mm-mm.
No, that's
Oh.
Adult Swim.
Oh.
I don't even know what
No, they used to put on Caillou. I didn't really like Caillou.
I did.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of
I
Caillou.
did that. I did when I was young.
Uh-huh.
When I was in elementary. That's when I watched Caillou.
You know that still comes on? Like,
Yeah.
They still make new episodes?
I was
Oh,
a
no.
Powerpuff Girl fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys like the,
Big.
like
Like
the,
her shirt.
Yeah, the
That's what we're gonna be for Halloween.
really?
Why'd
I'm
you
gonna
give them
be
the
Bubbles.
spoiler? No.
Sorry.
Well, now they're gonna have to watch it if they want.
Right.
True.
But yeah, the we didn't even plan for the logo for the girls to be Powerpuff. We just told the graphic designer, hey, we need a logo, and she was like, oh, I think this would be
No,
cool.
that's hard.
Yeah.
So depending on certain events and things that we have going on, we kind of like try to switch it, based off that, with still keeping that Powerpuff Girl like kind of thing going, because
Why the
we
name
just
Rarri
grew on
Girls?
it. Well, because I'm Rarri Ant. The company is Rarri Co. And then it's just Rarri Girls.
Ferrari.
Why?
Yeah, you like Ferraris?
How did I come up with that? Honestly, I don't know. I need a name for Instagram, and I'm like,
You just put Ferrari in.
and I don't, I can't remember where the Rarri. I struggled with the name. I'm like, what do I want to make my Instagram name?
Wait, when was it?
This was when Instagram first came out.
Was
Well,
2011.
it was around that time. I was working at Forever 21, and I remember I don't know if Instagram came out 2011 or if that's when it got really.
No, that's when you weren't allowed to use it if you had an Android.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
That was, at that time.
So
and then they made it for Android.
Yeah.
Like the end of 12th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, I must be a year older than you then, because I remember in Forever 21, I remember all that was going on in Forever 21, and then I'm like, what is this Instagram everyone's talking about? So it went like, everyone was talking about it for like a month, and then they finally convinced me to make one. So I'm like, okay, what am I gonna call myself? And the ant came obvious to me. I don't know.
Anthony.
Yeah, but I can't even tell you where Rarri came from. But it just sounded so North Miami, like Rarri and ant. I don't know. I just felt like, okay, this
How was
fits
the
me.
culture up there?
How was the culture?
Wait, you were working at Aventura?
Aventura. Yeah, I was working at Aventura Forever 21. I worked at Aventura Forever 21. They had me all over the place. Aventura. I worked at the Miami International Mall, Forever 21 down the street.
That was a drive for you? Oh, wait.
Yeah. Huh?
Oh, down the street from here.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I've always lived in North Miami. I worked at Forever 21 in Aventura Mall. From that Forever 21 in Aventura Mall, I transferred to this is horrible. I can't even remember. But I was with the company for 4 years. I transferred to Lincoln Road, to South Beach.
Yeah.
For the new one that they opened.
For
Forever 21.
There's one there?
Yeah, it's 3 floors. And then I went back to Aventura.
Yeah, I forgot.
I went back to Aventura. I helped out with Sawgrass. And I went to Miami International.
You like working there?
Forever 21. I love retail.
Really?
I don't know what it is about retail.
Is it the clothes?
Must be the clothes, the clothes, the meeting people, and it's just the environment was. I don't know, Olivia. How was the environment? Me and Olivia actually worked. Olivia and I worked together at Forever
I didn't
21.
like it.
You didn't? Why not?
Well, I was working there, and that was like 2012. That's where I first met Anthony. He was doing the merchandising, the mannequins and decorating the section of how it's supposed to be.
Wait, did you like doing that? Because I did it one time because I used to work at Abercrombie, and I had to put it on the mannequin. It was a lot of work. I didn't like it.
Yeah, the mannequins are actually heavy as fuck.
I'm really clumsy. You guys see, I hurt myself when I sat down. So I used to always end up hitting myself, or some accident would always happen, and I'm like, what, I can't do these mannequins no more. They're too dangerous for me. So I became a team leader and just led the closing and openings and things like that. I
used to get upset because if they do the mannequins, sometimes because it's so heavy, they wouldn't put it back right on the thing. Sometimes, not all the time.
They're half-assed, kind of.
They're just when they're done with it, they'll just put it up and go. So if we're walking by, if I'm supposed to stand right there, it'll fall in.
Oh yeah, those mannequins were not steady. They were not.
And they
steady.
were heavy as hell.
What if that fall on a customer?
Listen, Forever 21, I'm wrapping my hands with them. You see.
So, Forever 21, it was an adventure. But I was like, you know what? I can't stay working here. I feel like my work is being.
Were you guys putting your own clothes on there, or they were telling you what to put on there?
Well, they corporate. I don't know if it's still the same.
Wasn't it the season or the look of how, and then y'all was able to determine what.
They just put whatever we wanted.
Well, they kind of, they already had pieces. Corporate sent pieces. They already had a layout, and they had pieces that they already choose to put on there or whatever. And if we didn't have that exact thing, we would pick something similar or whatever. But I'm like, you know what? Something's wrong. I feel like my work is going unappreciated. I can't be here no more. What can I do? So I started to throw my own parties, because my friend in high school, he still was a DJ. Shout out to DJ Bop. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't, be in all this. But yeah, so I used to go with DJ Bop. To the parties, and I used to see people our age at the time throwing these parties, and I'm like, wait, that's how I can make money. So I teamed up with
charging people at the door?
Yeah, charging people at the door. So I threw my first party. It was Nike versus Adidas. And I was Team Adidas. That was my first time ever wearing Adidas, because I'm like, I'm such a...
That was back then?
Yeah, that was back then. Yeah, so I was Team Adidas. we brought out a few people, and I'm like, you know what? We're going to try this again. So I tried it again with him. It didn't work out. And then I'm like, you know what? I must really like this because I want to keep going. So I kept teaming up with people to do parties. And, you know, they would come out bad or whatever.
Like, what do you mean bad?
Like
stressful?
You know, I'm like, I thought, you know, just doing a party was getting a venue and sending out Facebook invitations and making the Facebook event page.
Yeah.
And I learned that it was so much more than that. So I took a little break. I stayed working at Forever 21.
Wait, what else was it like that? Was overwhelming?
Really, for me, it was like, you know, we were able to tame the people, but I'm just like, I know we could do way better than this. I know we could bring out way more people or whatever. I'm just going to take a break. So I took a break. And then at Forever 21, you know, we've seen so many people come and go in that store. You know, so many people. So,
like people like you could
like employees, like different generations of employees. I mean, you see people, a lot of people regardless, and meet a lot of people regardless. But employee-wise, you know, we saw so many changes in the employees. And then we had, shout out to Stephanie. Stephanie came and, you know, she worked in my section. She's from Opalaka. We clicked and we started to, you know, get to know each other. And I was like, yeah, I do parties. And she was like, well, I did parties. And she's like, oh, I did a 4th of July party. It was crazy. It turned into a block party. And I'm like, oh, yeah, 4th of July is coming up. We should do a party. She was like, yeah, I'm with it. Let's do it. We got a venue and promoted that party for 2 weeks. And Stephanie came to the party with like 300 Jello shots. She's like, we're going to sell all of these for $1. I'm like, Stephanie, we are not going to get rid of all this. 300 Jello shots? Do you think we're going to make $300 off Jello shots? Yeah. Guess what? That party was so lit. I was like,
they're buying the Jello shots?
Huh?
They bought all of them?
They bought all the Jello shots.
What?
It was actually gummy shots. So I'm like,
with the gummy bears?
Yeah, with the gummy bears. So I'm like, wow, we really did it. You know, we owed the venue lady money or whatever, so we made thousands, but we threw that party without paying our expenses. So the expenses kept on coming out of the door money or whatever. So, I mean, we left with a few hundred, but, you know, I just liked the turnout.
I feel like it was worth, putting it all together was worth the money that you got out of it?
Yeah, you know, I'm all for the experience. Everybody had a great time. So many people left drunk, and I really saw what we could do. So after that, I never stopped. And then I started to realize, you know, I can't do this by myself or whatever. So I kept on trying to find people who would want to team up and do parties and stuff. And, you know, everyone just thought, oh, it was instant money. And everybody thinks that...
They didn't see the long term in it.
They don't see the long term with it. So
what about, did you have any that were, getting raided or anything by cops?
Luckily, I haven't had any of those experiences. Usually, when I deal with cops, I usually deal with the nice ones. For every party I do, if we have food, I have a plate of food for the cops.
Really?
Like a plate or two stashed away. You know, I always say, make sure the cops have a plate if they come.
What do you get to them?
I mean, whatever we have, but we make sure we hook the cops up.
We're just really nice to the people.
I never thought of that.
You know,
it's a good idea.
Yeah,
it's a good idea. You know, you really think? Well, I guess it just depends. But you know, they come. I go out and talk to them. You know, I'm real good with people. I think I'm real charming. And then we have a plate of food for them. You know, despite whatever they want to do, and they're like, you know what? Let's not do this to these kids. They're just trying to have a good time.
Yeah.
This guy seems responsible. We always have security. We always try to do everything legit. So yeah, we usually never have no problems with the cops.
Yeah. You just treat people with kindness. Anything.
And any foolishness that happens, it's not our fault.
Do they ever judge you guys? Oh, they're up to no good?
Cops?
Yeah.
I mean, not directly. If they do... I mean, you always have those cops that, you know, they stay parked in their cars and they watch. But, you know, usually after the first time, you know, they usually don't mess with us. Because we're real good with taming the crowd.
Do you end up, lowering the volume or anything?
We do because, you know, until they drive away. And then, you know, it's back to back to, I was just about to, burst out and do something crazy, but I'm not going to do that to myself.
It usually never happens because we have them in like a big venue or something. So we don't really have to worry about sound control.
Yeah, the first party of the rebranding when I was at Forever 21, I had it at the clubhouse in my apartment complex, and that's when we had the cops come and everybody was drunk. I don't know how they left us alone, but they left us alone. I don't know what I said to them.
Were they minors or they were regular adults?
No, we were young. We were young. It was a free party, lots of liquor, it was lots of weed, lights out, and like Libby said, we haven't had a recent problem with the cops because we haven't really done a house party in a while. And when we did have a house party, we actually had the city on our side. We do house parties or whatever. We know it's like an automatic shutdown. So we try to see who we have the hookup with.
When did it move from a house party to a venue?
I mean, it kind of depends on how we.
The first time.
Oh, okay. So
the complex to the.
Okay, well the complex. Okay, okay.
The transition, pretty much.
Okay, well, when I did the 4th of July party with my friend Stephanie, I don't remember if this was before or after, but I had. Okay, basically my house was the hangout spot. I had a few roommates.
You living by yourself at this time?
I was living by myself. I was living with my roommates. And one of my roommates' brother had a girlfriend, and that girlfriend was Martisha. Martisha, that's where I met Martisha. Martisha has been, doing graphics for me faithfully for a few years now.
She's a graphic designer?
She's a graphic designer. I'm going to
The media god.
Shout out to the media god. She's definitely someone that, you should check out. Her work's amazing. Mm-hmm. But that's where I met her. And, they would bring girls over all the time. I'm like, this is just one of those girls. She's just one of them or whatever. And then, one day she's like, oh, hey, what do you do? I'm like, you know what? She's just one of, those type of girls, but
don't do nothing.
But let me just hear that she doesn't do nothing or whatever. She's like, oh, I do graphics. I'm like, wait, you do what? I do graphics. I'm like, wait, so that means flyers? And she's like, yeah, I do, graphic design, websites, and all that type of stuff. Did you already have someone doing your graphics for you before that? No, so that's what got me excited. So I'm like, wait, so you mean you can do graphics for me? She's like, yeah. I'm like, wait, and there's a clubhouse downstairs. I'm like, hey, do you want to get into doing parties? And she was like, sure, I'll help out, or I'll do them with you. And I'm like, okay, great. So we went. The clubhouse was just, I think, $300 to $500. I'm like, okay, that's that's real cheap.
Oh, so they let you throw parties there?
They let us rent out the clubhouse, and they're like, what type of party are you trying to throw? And I'm like, oh, it's something small or whatever. And they're like, okay, or whatever. It wasn't small, but yeah. So she did the flyer.
They didn't mind you having liquor or anything?
Oh, they just gave me the key to the clubhouse, and they said it was a Saturday, and they said Sunday they're closed, so bring back this key Monday. And we're like, okay, we got 2 days at the clubhouse or whatever. So yeah, I don't know if that party came first and then the 4th of July party happened, or if the 4th of July party happened. No, the 4th of July party happened first because we went to go make our flyer at the flea market. So me and Stephanie, we made our flyer at the flea market because had it been after the media god would have made our flyer. So that's how it happened. So we had the 4th of July party, met the media god, found out she did flyers. We did that party. That party we had, we had a few openers for the party.
Are there anyone big now?
Hoodie, shout out to Hoodie. He was one of them. Real Hoodie. He's someone you guys should definitely check out. Baba Tunde from Tribe.
Baba Tunde?
Yeah.
Where is he from?
Not Baba Tunde.
Wait, what do you mean? Where is he from? What area?
Yeah, he's from here. Because I know someone named Baba Tunde.
then we probably know the same. It's probably the same person because
There's only one Babatunde in Florida.
I mean, it's not that there's one Babatunde, but that's a real unique.
Yeah.
That's a real unique name.
I've probably seen this flyer, to be honest, because I've seen his name a couple times.
Yeah, so I'm sure.
He's
He's
a rapper. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm sure it's the same person. If not, it's crazy, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the same person. So yeah, he was one of them, and then we had a few more. But yeah, so then after that, we started throwing a bunch of parties, and it didn't stop. We met a bunch of people. It has really been a journey. Met a lot of crazy people, a lot of adventurous people. Definitely, there's a lot of stories in this, and I wish that we just had a camera person with us 24 hours a day to see what it is.
Your own reality shows.
Yeah, to see what we go through, because
like behind the scenes kind of.
Behind the scenes,
Yeah.
like, it's real crazy. It's real crazy. We've been through so much.
What's the craziest thing you ever been through?
I can't even say, but I think it was.
You guys all went through it together, or like? What was
Oh, we
this?
did a lot of things
we went
together.
through a lot of things together.
Wait, when did you guys all meet? Like, you met at Forever 21.
We met at Forever 21 a few years ago, and then Livy came to one of the parties I did. I don't remember,
The first,
but she can go more into
I think
that.
it was the first recovery. It was at Grand Cafe.
Yeah.
It was at Grand Cafe. It was for Halloween. I didn't come in a costume, but I came because I'm like, okay, this is my friend from Forever 21, and he sent me the flyer. So I told my god sister and my friends, like, let's go. So we went. It was packed as hell. So I was just like, okay, so his parties are, they're lit and shit like that. And it's like, then he started, I won't say started the Rarri Girls. Possibly. Trying to think, did you
Wait, are
start
you guys
it?
the only two Rarri girls, or there are more?
No, I'm not even in the Rarri Girls.
Oh.
I coordinate the
We
groups.
supposed to be recruiting more girls to the team.
But
too.
we have 5. So we have 5. But we do have like our two main that do a lot of the work as far as like keeping the girls together, showing them what they're supposed to do, and that's Shayla and Jessica. She couldn't be here today. But yeah, that back to what we was talking about, the recovery. It was
like all the people that were there.
Yeah, it was a lot of people there. It was packed, at least to me. Couldn't really move.
And then I didn't know that Livy went to that party until we went to a friend's house the other day, and then she's like, she just brought up the party. She like, we were talking about a party, and she was like, oh, like the such and such party. And I'm like, wait, what party are you talking about? She's like, oh, the party I went to. I'm like, huh? And then she's like, you don't remember me. And I'm like, how do you know I don't remember you from there? And then what is it that you did that you like, if you would have remembered, you would have been, I don't know. You said I do something.
Oh, no. This is how he does, guys. So, like, when people always come to, hey, Rarri, how you doing? How you been? So he completely plays it off. As if
I don't like to be
he
rude. I'm sorry.
Knows them. He be like, oh, my God. And then when it's all, like, sit there, have full-blown 15 minutes
Really? And you don't even know
conversation.
I try to figure it out.
And then when that person
the best way
leaves,
possible.
he'll tell me, oh, maybe I don't even know who that was. And I'm like, but a whole 10-minute conversation.
I have people that come up to me and say, yo, Torius. And I'm like, what's up? And I feel like I know them, but I don't know them, like.
No, but it's like,
I don't know what they're doing.
It's like, if someone came up to you like that means you have to know who.
Really?
Like, you've had to have that encounter with them.
Yeah.
I feel bad because then it's like.
But some people know me from things that from like videos and shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I never talk to them, but they say what's up to me. And
Well,
I'm like, oh.
I still just speak.
Well, the only way to find out is, I don't know, me, I try to keep it going and figure it out through the conversation.
Yeah,
and
I try to do it to them, I'm trying to like in my head, when they put those matching in it's like a big screen.
Yeah.
And you're trying to figure out, okay, I know this from this. This looks familiar. Okay, maybe it's this. So it's I have a whole thing going in my mind. And I'm like,
I try to use what's around me. Like, if I have someone around me, hey, Libby, go follow them. So we can see who this is.
I don't go that far.
Or things like that. No, it's like you have to know who you're dealing with, because nowadays it's like anybody could be anybody.
What do you mean?
Meaning, you know, never judge a book by its cover. Never.
Oh, they could be like someone big, or they could be someone.
It can be someone big. It could be someone beneficial. Like the media god, for example. I thought she was just one of these girls they just brought to the apartment to smoke with us and did all that. But she was a graphic designer and a website developer and all that stuff. And if it wasn't for me just asking, "What do you do?" we probably wouldn't.
You can't judge. Yeah, you just like look at her and like, "Oh, you don't do anything."
Right.
But
yeah.
It was very, very beneficial, like you said.
Right, so it's like we always want to give people the benefit of the doubt as to who they are and what they do. Yeah. Like, even if they don't do anything, what if that person, you know... ends up doing something or not even, you know, doing anything, but what if you become great friends with that person? Or they can be your soulmate or a significant... You just never know what that person can be to you or what they can bring to you or somebody else. Yeah. Because, like, let's say I have no use for them, but, you know, someone saying, "Oh, I'm looking for a person that does this, or a person like that, or whatever." It's just good to. It's good to just
like to have it in your network.
Yeah, and you know we're good at connecting the dots. So you know we might find something for that person to tie into eventually.
You guys feel like you could be friends with people that aren't really doing anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, I know some people. I won't say they're not really doing anything. I would say they're just in a whole different category than what we are, or they want to be a firefighter, or they want to do a 9 to 5.
I mean, like people that don't want to do anything.
I really haven't met anyone that just don't do shit other than like. Sorry, I don't.
No, you can't.
No, you can't. I'm sorry. Other than like, you know, the guys that I've been seeing since I was a kid, standing on the same porch, selling the same.
It's hard for me to be friends with someone that's like not trying to like move forward in life. So it's like
that like, you know, from where I'm from, there's only a handful of entrepreneurs or people that are really trying to do something. So those few people, I kind of, you know, maintain contact with them because we have
like something in common.
Yeah, we have something in common. Like, you know, everybody back. I wasn't into smoking back then or any of that stuff. But everyone back then, they just wanted to smoke and scam and do all type of crazy stuff. And you know, I'm just like, this isn't for me.
Because I know, like, North Miami is like the biggest place for scamming, right?
Yeah, it's notorious for it. Very notorious. So that's what all I'm around, and it's just.
But like, did it ever get you wanting to do it? Because you see everyone like you were like their fancy like clothes and stuff, and like their.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm like, you know what I wanted. I like the benefits from it, but I'm always think long term. Yeah. Is this okay? I feel like if you have it now, you won't have it later. If you don't have it, if you
have it now, you'll have it shorter time than later.
Right.
You have it longer.
Right. So, you know, I just think for the longevity of things, I'm like, you know, if I have all this now, I'm not going to appreciate it. I'm not.
Especially if you didn't work hard for it.
Right. And then it's like you get addicted to that because it came so easy, you know. Yeah. However, you know, it is that it's done. So, I don't know. It was just never for me. But maybe they do deserve. I'm not saying they don't deserve it, but I mean, they do whatever they do. People do whatever they do to get what they have, and you know, if you take a risk or you do anything, you know, then you're well deserving of it because you're willing to do it. Yeah, it just wasn't my thing. My thing was, you know, I love to interact with people. I love to meet people, to talk to people. I love candy. I loved all that type of stuff. So it's like...
Wait, what were you guys all going to school before all this stuff? Or
you mean like college?
Yeah.
I went to college for 2 years.
What were you guys studying?
At the time, I was studying accounting. Basically, when it comes to school, I guess I would say I'm so kind of, not really against school, but I'm so like, when it comes to school because...
I feel like you don't really need it?
Not really that. It's just my parents kind of like, I won't say fucked it up, but they just made me go for something I didn't want to do.
Like I gotta...
Not force me to do it. It's just I gotta...
You went to the other schools, right?
I went to Dade. I got accepted to an art school in Michigan for fashion. I got accepted. I got I got a scholarship for half of the tuition to be paid for. And then financial aid was going to cover some, but it wasn't. Just because it wasn't all of it, my parents was like, fuck no. You're going to Dade, and you're going to go for accounting because art school is too much. And I'm just like, what? You know? So it was just, I was going to school. I would wake up early.
Do you like the accounting?
I like math. That was my favorite, other than art, was my favorite subject in high school. I took accounting. I took all the math classes in accounting. So I took accounting and fashion in high school for all 4 years, from 9th to 12th. I did it because I liked math, but that wasn't something I wanted to do all my life to keep me happy.
Yeah.
Like, accounting wouldn't have kept me happy. It was just something I know how to do. So, yeah, my parents, they pretty much just was like, you're going to have to just do this, you know? So I was just like, what if I don't want to? Oh, well, then get the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like that. So, of course, I went. I fucked up because I didn't want to be there. Well, I wanted to be there, but not there, and I didn't want to go for that.
But why did you go for accounting and not something else? Why didn't you just pick something else?
Well, I was really a good kid, you know? So I listened to my parents. They told me I couldn't, so I didn't do it. You know, so it was just, that's just how I took it, or it was get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because when I bring them back the report card shit, and they see another major, I'm going to get kicked the fuck out. So, you know.
What about, like, minoring in something?
I could have minored in it, but it was just something I just didn't want. I completely, like, just rebelled from school, like, after high school. Because my parents just was on me about accounting. I was not. My summer after 12th grade, they made me go to Kendall campus, Miami-Dade campus, and I stayed at someone's house down this way because every day for that whole summer I had to go there and do the accounting camp program. So after high school, I was supposed to be having fun, you know. Nah. No trunk party, no nothing. Accounting camp, school, you know, so that's what I went through, and I was completely rebelling in school. I was like, fuck it.
When did you leave? Like, are you
my
still doing
second year, my second semester, I said, fuck it. I just stopped going. And I started getting into something else and got a job, so they wouldn't say anything. Because now I'm making bread, you know. So
yeah, like enough to like support yourself.
Yeah, basically, I didn't have to ask them for nothing at that point.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, okay, well, I'm not spending money on you.
What about you?
School after high school.
Yeah.
Oh, college. I went to QC Makeup Academy for 1 year. It was online courses, and it wasn't that hard, but it was hard.
What got you into like the makeup?
Huh?
What got you into the makeup?
YouTube.
Really?
I started looking at videos on YouTube, and I decided to go into the school thing online, and that's when I found out about QC Makeup Academy. And once I went in the course, I started to do the makeup, and that's how I pretty much learned how to do makeup on YouTube, and I just went to school from there.
Oh, so you're already interested in this? You're like, oh, let me just do it like myself.
Yes.
Was there anything else that you wanted to do before that, or like that was just you always wanted to do makeup?
Well, I always wanted to do makeup, but then I had decided to be a pediatrician, but I never went to school for that. So I just went straight to QC Makeup Academy.
Yeah. Do you ever want to go back to school to do the pediatrician, or?
No, I don't.
So, like, just a little thing. So when we were growing up, for Christmas, I'll tell you what Shayla would get. Okay, so Shayla would have the nail maker, the 200 lip gloss thingy?
The 200 lip gloss
Yeah.
thing. And
Shayla got a 200.
the palette thing, too.
We were young. A 200, you know, the roll-on, the clear roll-on ones? They're the back in the day had like a little top. You take it off and it's clear. It rolls. And like if you put it on, if you put on too much, it look like you had just ate chicken or some shit.
Oh,
She had every scent,
every color,
every
scent.
single one for like that's all. Shayla, that's all she ever got. Makeup, anything dealing with nails. That Shayla.
What were you getting?
Me, I was more of I liked computers growing up, so I was a gadget game, video game. I liked to go outside, cartoons. I was like a tomboy, but I still had like
your girly ways, pretty much.
Yeah, like I really used to like this doll back in the day called Diva Star. It was like a mixture of Bratz and Barbie together. But they had like the hair, and you could change. It was really for the clothes. That's what I wanted. Like you could change different clothes, and then they have the website where you're able to design the clothes on there. So I got into Diva Star.
Oh, that's why you got into the fashion design and everything.
Yeah, from Diva Star. I would say it was from that. Even though I pretty much always liked, like my mom would never dress me. I could not even tell you. Like, the only way she would dress me is she buys it. But she'll buy the stuff, and I will always mix and match how I want it. Like, she never had to just say, no, Olivia, you should wear this with that. It was me, because I was like, no, Mom.
Where do you get, like, your style from? Like, from Instagram, from, like, vlogs, like, videos, or what?
Okay, I grew up like an anime, like I told you. I grew up playing this game called Gaia Online.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So most of my friends that weren't like my family, because I told you I had a lot of cousins, they were from out of state. So most of my friends was like pen pals.
Wait, are you guys Haitian?
No.
I am.
You're Haitian?
Half.
Do you have a lot of cousins too?
I have a big family that I don't know. So, I know, okay, so I
didn't mean to take away from your story.
Oh, no, it's okay.
I thought you were.
Oh no, just really quick. I'm half Nicaraguan and half Haitian. I grew up with the Nicaraguan side of my family, and from time to time I go see the Haitian side of my family. So, and I'm always getting scolded about how I don't go spend enough time with them and how I'm being stripped of my culture and yada yada yada. But yeah, I'm half Haitian.
I know, because I have a big family, but like I shouldn't.
You shouldn't?
You know what I mean?
We don't.
It's like complicated, but I'll tell you guys after that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, alright. So you had a lot of cousins and like.
Yeah, I had a lot of cousins. My mom really wasn't with the whole going over people's house thing. She was like, oh, yeah, why don't you go to your cousin's house or go to your nana's house? That's where all your cousins at anyway. Like they lived over there with my grandma. So that's where I would go to have fun, be outside, which was in Miami Shores. So I lived in the city, but everything I did was outside of the city. So like I don't even know people
in your city.
Yeah, I know the houses. Like these been here since I was born or whatever.
Yeah.
And I come to find out, I meet people every day that be like, I'm from the city. What street you live on? 59th? Me too. In that Peak House? Really? Wow. I could have had friends. Like that's how. But yeah, a lot of my friends, they lived out of state. So I was into a lot of the New York culture. I had a lot of friends from New York, a lot of friends from Georgia. So my style was more like that. I love fall season. I mean, summer, and I'm trying to mix it, but I'm really into.
You have like a transition going on right now?
Like right now, right?
From summer to fall?
Well, yeah, it's coming. It's finally that, the clothes get to change because I'm so sick of wearing shorts and shit. But
I know, I'm
He
ready.
just stays in basketball shorts.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I have a song like that. It's like, basketball shorts and I got on a white tee. I don't. How is it? I forgot. Basketball shorts and I got.
Basketball shorts.
Because I made a song about it. Because I was very like.
You don't go around parents in basketball shorts.
Around my parents.
Her parents.
What?
I said, does he go around your parents in basketball shorts too?
Yeah.
Guys, put some jeans on.
I mean, I try to be comfortable. It's hot, It's mine.
I mean, as long as you're not looking crazy, so that's all that matters, right?
I just try to be like a little as presentable as I can to an extent,
As long as you're comfortable.
Because I always feel like I'm about to boss someone up, So like I'm always like, okay, I got my basketball shorts. I got my white tee on, in case we go to the dinner. I got my sneakers.
I mean, I guess you have to dress like that because you look like you wouldn't hurt a fly.
Really?
You don't look threatening. He doesn't at all. I get that all the time. They're like, you don't look mean or anything. Like, I'm just always, yeah.
But this is actually funny. Okay, so after high school, I didn't get to answer your question about school.
Oh yeah.
So I went to working right after high school. I got my car. Forever 21. I got my car. And then, I don't know why, but I've always had this thing where I just love to give advice. So I'm like, you know what? I think I want to be a therapist. But I've always been, haunted between being a therapist or being a lawyer.
I always heard that therapists aren't allowed to give advice.
Really? Well, you know what? Okay, well then maybe this makes sense because I'm like, hold on. All my friends and everyone would always tell me their problems. Oh my God, this and that, yada yada. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe if you did this or if you did that, or let me know how this goes tomorrow. And I was that person, whatever. And they'll be like, oh, Aunt, your advice, we loved it. People, they just kept coming to me. I'm like, I have my own problems. Like, I can't. I don't think I want to be a therapist, but I do want to know about psychology to some extent or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, you know what?
Do you feel like you have to know it in your industry, like what you do?
I feel so, yes, because, like I said, I don't want to call these people crazy, but there's a lot of...
Crazy people?
I'm not going to say crazy, but I'm going to say, there's a lot of... No. There's a lot of there's a lot of characters.
I deal with a lot of people. So.
There's a lot of characters.
A lot of personality.
Yeah. I'm sure you've had. We're not even excluded from that. I'm sure you've interviewed several characters, or whatever. But we know we're characters as well. But there's a lot of characters, and I kind of want to know how to detect certain things before I even deal with the person or know how to deal with that person based on certain things. So it was that, and then I don't know, I was like, you know what, I'll just take some psychology classes and just learn some stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm gonna go to school to be a lawyer, and I don't know why, I just think who better to defend myself than me if anything were to ever happen. And I'm like, why don't I just be great at what I'm gonna do and just hire a great, trustworthy lawyer?
Because you said that you're charming, so I feel like you would be able to talk your way out of it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I even want to get in those positions. I try to avoid trouble when things. So it's like it's not like I think I'm good with talking to people, but I don't try to get in trouble. Mm-hmm. But so once I'm like, you know what, I could just hire a trustworthy lawyer. I don't need to be so paranoid about nothing. I don't even do anything that I should be paranoid about.
Because I feel like that's the bad rap that lawyers get.
I feel so. I feel like, I haven't been in a position to really need a lawyer, but I just feel like you can't really count on anybody.
What about you have these shows, someone gets hurt. You ever deal with liabilities like that? Luckily,
we haven't dealt with anything like that, and we're very in tune with the people. Mm-hmm. We're all about the people at the parties. So, we have the girls hyping up the crowd, and we are always, are you okay? Are you okay? How's this? How's that? We want to know if there's any problem so we can solve it immediately and it doesn't go into something else. So we've never had problems like that. We've never had, anything that we had to be liable for. But I feel it's because we have such great chemistry with the people at our parties and communications, and any little thing, such and such has a nasty face right now, or that person looks like something, I don't know, like they're about to, are you serious? No, let's go figure out what's going on. And I don't know, we'll keep an eye on.
A bunch of cousins.
Yeah, like that big family of cousins.
He comes to my family events all the time, like Thanksgiving, and everything like that. I consider Rarri my cousin. It's like if something was to happen to him, or if we're in a car or we're somewhere and something happens, we
don't think about it.
We don't
think about certain things.
We're gonna always have each other back, make sure we good and everything like that. Like I never been with Rarri and thought I would be like unsafe or anything like that.
Like at this party we were talking about earlier, I don't know where I grabbed the ladder from, about what we were talking about earlier, but we see everybody like.
I guess that would be an example.
Just button together. I'm like, I think this is our cue to go. I'm that type. I'm the type. While everyone's worried about what's going on, I'm getting our things.
That's what happened. That's what happened with us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we were at a show too, and then like they started fighting. We're like, yo, lose it.
I was the first one. Like,
Yeah, she saw.
Oh yeah, that's us all
even
the
I,
way.
Even I was like, wait, what's going on? And then she was like, let's go. I'm like, oh. And I just
just
did.
follow me.
Me, I like everyone. Where is my purse? I have it all. Let's go. And then tell them what you guys saw. We couldn't leave through the front because the fight was happening in the front.
What happened. That's exactly what happened.
The fight was happening through the front.
I'm just really my comments on that. I was really like disappointed in the people who caused it. So you guys interviewed Barty before. She's our girl. You know what I'm saying? So it was upsetting that the people who caused that did that at her party. It was very disrespectful of them to do that type of shit.
Because she's not like planning. Okay, someone's gonna shoot up this time.
No, and the venue she had was great.
Yes.
So pretty.
Wait, where was it? It wasn't in our house.
Somewhere like deep in Hialeah. There was like a lot of mansions and stuff in that neighborhood, and we were at one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was dope.
So
like a lot of people that was there involved in our show that we have coming up. So it was good to interact with them and meet them.
But luckily, nobody involved with the show had anything to do with the occurrences. I don't even know what happened. The only thing I knew was when they're like, "Oh, we gotta go." What did I have out, Shayla?
The ladder.
I had a ladder on the wall.
We were getting ready to climb over it.
Everybody started climbing. I'm like, oh my god, they have to hurry up because I need to get through this. That everyone stopped what they were doing. They were like,
y'all don't have to leave.
That's what. No, Jens. He was like, why would you guys go over the wall if it's going on out there? And we were like, because our car is right there. We're trying to get to it.
But I think the most craziest thing is when these people turned around, they saw we had a ladder.
They thought it was hilarious, and we're just like,
we was
looking at them.
What the hell was y'all gonna do?
But look, that ladder was either to get us across.
Wait, did you get across, or did you like eat them?
No, we didn't have to because Jens was like, it's no point of going out there. That's where it's all happening.
But
that's what happened with us because like they were all fighting in the street, and I was like, I was trying to get her to safety, like I didn't want her to get hurt, so I was like trying to get her to my car, but she's like, wait, why are you gonna go that way? I'm like, because that's what the car is. Because like I had a plan.
I'm trying to go around the fight. I'm like,
yeah,
you're
like
gonna get in the
yeah, because like they were fighting right in front of the gate, and then like my car is this way, and I'm like thinking, okay, let's go this way. So we just wait for them to dissipate, But then they ended up moving this way, so I was like, okay, it was a good idea to listen to her and not go over there because I would have been like right in the middle of the fight.
Me, I was like, okay, girls and everybody else, can you climb through this ladder? Climb up that. I'm trying to go. Like I can't leave until everyone has successfully climbed that ladder and got to the other part of the wall. we freaking then some of the people had a heart like I don't know, it was just we were climbing, everyone was climbing the ladder, and I don't know if fright kicked in with certain people or whatever. I'm like, no, this is not the time for that. We need to get across this ladder and leave.
That's the worst thing, like, because when someone sees someone fighting, everyone wants to fight.
Right. So I'm like, I'm about to get hurt. Like, they're gonna pull me, drag me, and do all type of stuff. Like, we need to go. Like, I really wasn't worried about me at the time, but yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that happened at the party, and I stopped going to school to be a lawyer. But that was before that, and yeah. So yeah.
Do you guys have like any advice that you want to give to anybody, or like do you have like anything upcoming that you want to like shed light on, or
well,
that we didn't talk about?
Both actually. I do have some advice. My advice. Go ahead.
Let's start with like what's coming, like
Okay, well, what's coming? We have a Saw Baby show. Mr. Pull Up with the Stick. We have a Saw Baby. Let it hit. So we have Saw Baby coming in town.
This is September, right?
September 2nd, Labor Day weekend. It's all ages, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. at Heart Nightclub. it's a great experience overall, because when do all ages really get to go to the club? So that on its own is, a big deal for them. We've been getting good responses, and then we have Saw Baby coming, and then we have a lot of real great local talent, opening up, and then we're gonna have intermissions and parties, party vibe in between, and just a bunch of surprises that you definitely wanna be there to experience.
What about the clothes?
The clothes?
Yeah.
Which clothes? Oh, okay. What I have on? Well, Retire Young Legacy. Part of what our company does is marketing and branding. Mm-hmm. So I help this clothing brand, Retire Young Legacy. They're Broward based, and they're blowing up. It's my job to get the product to certain people, figuring out plans to just get the word out there, and just things like that. This is pretty much all I wear. I have so much Retire Young Legacy. I get them Retire Young Legacy any chance I can. Any sneaker convention that's coming up, or any pop-up shop opportunity we have, or vendor opportunity, we're all for it and things like that. But yeah, this
Are you ever gonna throw your own shoe event? Sneaker event?
We've talked about it, because we're like, what, these things are actually pretty cool. We want to. There's a lot of things we want to do, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. But yeah.
Because I kind of want that to be brought back.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you'll be the first to know. You'll get the exclusive.
Yeah. Sneaker hype, the hype for it has, died.
Yeah.
Well, maybe for us.
No, it died.
I don't even see it anywhere. I don't even be seeing the releases like that.
Those kids and those people that come out for those events.
The little kids, right?
Yeah,
they
the young
be having
ones.
like $10,000, $20,000 shoes.
And then Benjamin Kicks is bound to pop up at these things. And but
I do want to say something. We do have another event coming up. It's actually a charity event. It's called Sunday's Picnic. That is going to be sometime next month.
Yeah, sometime in September. We were supposed to have it in August. But, for a better turnout and for a better contribution, it's an annual event we do for the homeless. Mm-hmm. So for, us to be able to do more of a contribution, we postpone it till September.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Sunday's Picnic is coming up in Sandez, Miami, with Saw Baby performing live. So those are the next two things we have coming up.
Alright. And now you can say your advice.
Okay, ladies first. Do you have any advice? I'm a gentleman.
Something other than be yourself. Because
okay, yeah, I know.
Well, my advice is to network. Definitely network and get out there. You have some people that they have brands, they have this, they have that, but they don't want to go out, and you get what I'm saying? And I don't mean necessarily go out to a club or whatever like that. You have networking events, you have sneaker conventions, you have different things.
You have a job. You can network at your job.
You have a job. Sometimes, guys should get up and go to one of those, or but no, seriously, you have open mics, you have different things, and part of branding yourself is actually selling yourself in person. So a lot of people, they don't do those things. I know
people are shy.
Yeah, so a lot of people come to me for advice on basically how to get yourself out or get noticed or something like that. I'm not famous, but for some reason people ask me. So I tell them, go to this event or go here or, whatever. You should go here. There's going to be this people here. You should talk to them, or don't be afraid to sell yourself. Or when you see someone big or you see someone who, may be good, very beneficial to you, don't be afraid to talk to them. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Prime example, I'll give example. We went to Revolt Music Conference last year, which was dope.
Shout out to Mr. Byron.
Shout out to Mr. Byron. Stars Direct. Shout out to P. Diddy and his fine ass sons for throwing it. I got there and we were walking around networking. You know, I saw Zoe Dollars for the first time, some other people for the first time, and
The stepsisters.
That's where we met them. And there were other people there. There was Kid Omar. There was so many different people there. Yeah. And the most questions I was getting asked questions by some people that was like we were talking to, and I was just really shy to just come out and say what I do. I don't know why. But a lot of people go through that. And don't be shy. Bring yourself. Even if you don't think your brand or whatever isn't where you want it to be, still bring yourself like it's popping.
Yeah.
Because you have to believe in yourself. Of course, be yourself, but you have to believe in yourself. So if you don't believe in yourself, branding yourself and putting yourself out there, getting your business to shine, it won't work if you don't believe in yourself. Because it's just like, just don't do it.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time.
Right. So
Any advice for anybody?
Advice for girls. Any girls that probably want to be Rarri girls or something. Any
or
advice
even
to
makeup
them?
that wants to start makeup.
Yeah, advice for that.
Like any blending tips or anything.
Well, in the makeup field, I can talk about makeup all day, but in the field,
I think sounds cool.
okay, in the field of makeup, it's all about blending. Blending is the key word of makeup, pretty much, and that's about it. Blending.
Okay, the advice I have is connect your dots. A lot of people come to us for things that I'm like, you already have all the resources. We deal with so many people. I get a paper and write down everything around you. I know these artists. I know this person does this. I know this person wants to get into that. I know I have the hookup with this. Write down your resources, categorize them. Some examples could be what I have, what I don't have, what I'm missing, what's stopping me, what's not stopping me.
There you can go.
And just connect. Connect your resources. Don't give up. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it. Stick it through and push, and persevere. I can't stress any of these things enough. That's my advice.
That's good advice for our kids. Alright, where can they find
Oh,
you?
you have more advice? Oh.
And I would like to give a special shout out to Olivia and Rarri, because if it
Thank
wasn't
you.
for you guys, I don't know where I will be right now.
Right.
And that's about it.
Oh.
You guys want
Thank
who
you.
else you guys want to shout out?
I want to give a shout out to this guy because we wouldn't have an interview, and it's good to hear from from everybody. We be around each other all the fucking time, but
So
it's
you guys,
good to
learn stuff about each other too.
yeah, it's good to hear some things, and it's a lot of things we have in common with things we already knew, but it's good to hear from my teammates.
This is not stuff that you guys usually talk about, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we don't really talk
it comes
about.
up, but
it comes up, but it don't really.
We don't really talk about it.
I have another advice. Stay organized.
Organization.
Listen. This guy documents everything, and it's really for good cause. It may seem like, to me, sometimes I would argue with him because I'll be like, Rarri, what do we need to have everyone's fucking phone number for? Or what do we need to have everybody's this for? Or, or some shit like that. Or why do we have to put the time and the this and the da-da-da? It really goes a long way, because after we're done an event and we go back to the things that's already done, you can see what needs to be done for the next one, and so on and so forth. It just makes the next project
That's what I've been
easy
doing
as fuck.
lately. A lot of spreadsheets. I've been talking.
Spreadsheets, I love
Yeah, I love
spreadsheets.
spreadsheets.
Someone love
We
them.
do a
We
lot
could be
of
spreadsheet
them.
friends.
We do a lot
we
of
do a
them.
lot of them.
Yeah,
and
they're so helpful. Because the thing is, you start one spreadsheet and you're like, oh, let me do a spreadsheet for this. Let me do a
Yeah.
spreadsheet
Just
for this.
even-
And for this, and for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it just gets addictive.
Yeah.
You just want to do
Yes,
spreadsheets
you just
all
start
day.
doing it for
Do more.
everything. We have a schedule
Yeah, I do.
for everything.
I even made one about, like, I made one about like what I eat, and like, you know, like just times like videos, like I just do it for like literally, like even for breathing, like, oh, I need to breathe at this time, like, like, you know, just for everything. Like,
Even with the pickup, we picking up people.
What am I doing in the car on my notes?
Always
I'm like,
typing
pick
on
up
his
this
phone.
person by this time, 9:05, arrive here,
Like,
park
guys,
at this time.
like it really helps us though.
Yeah.
It really does. It helps us a lot, and it helps us memorize a lot of things because it'd be so much going on. You can forget, like, oh, I gotta do this. Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta do
So
this. But
much.
because you've written it, seen it, typed it out, it gives you a good memory.
Yeah.
Because you either wrote it out or typed it out, so you see it typing, which gives you like a picture memory, I would say.
Yeah.
So it reminds you of what you need to do, or if you forgot something, you'll think about those times, like, oh yeah, you see the whole fucking schedule in your head. Okay, oh yeah, okay, that's what we got to do next, right? Remember we put it on,
Yeah.
you know, it really helps. So, because we be having a lot
of stuff
going on. Okay, so that is a big thing, is organization is key, and to document everything, any offers, any contracts, anything, you document every single thing, because people will rip you off.
And for the shout out, okay, where they can follow us at, you know, me.
You already know what's coming.
Yeah. I already know what's coming. RARRIANT, Rarri Ant. That's on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter and Instagram. Snapchat, it's RARRI_ANT. I hate underscores, but I have it on Snapchat. Rarri Girls, RARRIGIRLS. That's Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. Rarri and actually spelled out Co on Instagram. And shout outs, it's a few, you know. I want to shout out Byron, I want to shout out KD, I want to shout out Behind the Scenes Kings.
Yes.
I want to shout out Jimmy Levy. I want to too many people to name right now, but I am done.
I want to shout out Misha
Goddess.
2.0 for that ass. Misha Goddess. So yeah, she is like our backbone.
That's the great way to put it.
She is our backbone. She's way older than us. Not way older, but she's older than us. So, you know, we respect her as such.
Yeah.
But she's really cool. Like, people meet her, they don't know she's that age or whatnot. But she's very, very organized and very firm. She helps us keep our decisions like
logic.
That's it.
Yeah.
Lock it. Don't change it. Don't, because then we
She's the backbone
start.
of everything.
Yeah, she's not over everything, but she helps us like if we're going like this, she'll snatch us. You feel me? And like, hey, guys, come back to reality. You know, on some type shit, and we be like,
You have anyone else? That's me too.
And where they can follow you.
Lavish Livy. So Livy is spelled Livvy, and then the word lavish. That is my social media on everything. I recently changed it, and then people started calling me it, so I had to keep it
Lavish.
Yeah. So they just started calling me that, so I'm like, there's no point to changing it what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck it.
Instagram, you can follow me on BabyCakeShay_. Do not forget the underscore, because a lot of people forget the underscore. So do not forget the underscore. Snapchat to Shayla Major, my full name, TASHAYLA MAJOR. That's my Snapchat name. And Twitter. What is my Twitter?
Baby Cake Shay.
Okay, yes. BabyCakeShay_. Don't forget the underscore.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I
that's
have
about
that
it.
in the description.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like something like,
Yeah.
so this has been 6 Feet with
Rarri and Co. Rarri Ant.
Shay.
Lavish Livy.
Hey.